Hello there, all my beautiful Cancers. Welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your full moon in Sagittarius and lunar eclipse reading for June 2020. I'm so glad to have you with me. So excited about this particular full moon, guys, because we've got, like I said, on top of it, a partial lunar eclipse. Cancer, you are ruled by the moon, so these full moon, occurrences are always very momentous and extra powerful for you in particular. This full moon does occur at 15 degrees of Sagittarius, and it will be at its fullness on June 5th. At 3:12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so just adjust that time out. Our full moon cycles generally have the most effect from about 28 to 30 days from full moon to full moon cycle, and also just do keep in mind that sometimes these eclipse patterns don't just reverberate for a month, but sometimes really out for about 6 months, because we will be going into an eclipse season now that does get us set up for many more eclipses to come. So Cancer, thank you so much to my new and returning subscribers. Always wonderful to have more folks coming and joining us. And if you have not yet done so, I do invite you to please reach out there, hit that subscribe button, and join the Dragon family. Also, give it that dragon claw up by clicking the like button and let me know you enjoyed this content, guys. First, always a few quick notes before we start any reading, that this is general, so it will not resonate with every single Cancer out there. If it makes sense to you and it feels right, those are your messages. If they don't resonate, either revisit this reading in another week or so. Sometimes it makes more sense then. And if it just doesn't resonate with you, kick it on out to another Cancer out there. This will mostly correspond to Cancer's Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising signs. So do check your personal natal chart to see what other placements you have. That can definitely give you some more tips onto other readings that you should watch to correspond with those signs as well, to get more messages. And of course, all Cancer cross watchers are welcome to join us as well. If you're interested in a personal reading, would like more information about any of the card decks that I use, or would like to make a donation to the channel, all of those links and information are below in the description box. So let's go ahead and get started. Cancer, this, like I said, is a very powerful full moon. The full moon in Cancer, not full moon in Cancer, the full moon in Sagittarius is a moon of learning, movement, travel, knowledge, understanding. And because this is going to light up your universal 6th house of Virgo, you are learning what is good for you, what helps your whole well-being, what helps your physical health, your mental health, your emotional health, Cancer. This is a very strong time of learning about what is best for you, and also letting go of anything that is not. Because when we have a lunar eclipse, that means we are releasing the negative, the old, the outworn, the outdated. We are purging it off. We're shifting it off. You see that and feel that in the world. Learning to incorporate all spiritualities, all cultures, all walks of life, giving them equal respect, and getting rid of the old paradigm, because we're learning, we're growing. We're in that Sagittarius full moon where it's like we're heading towards a better direction, and that takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of effort, but it's very, very important work that we do. So let's go ahead and get started with some cards for you. I'm going to be using 2 lunar-based decks and also the tarot. We're doing a past, present, future layout here, so it will give you info into the energies that we just passed out of with this last 30 days. The last full moon was in Scorpio. Now we're going to check and see what's in the present with the full moon in Sagittarius, and then give you a potential outcome into the future. Dear angels, guides, guardians, beings of light, helpers, and healers, please be with the Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising in Cancer as we do the reading for the full moon in Sagittarius and lunar eclipse of June 2020. Please protect their energy as well as mine, and bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you so much. Wow, okay. Oh, I like all of these. So Cancer, the first card that comes up in your past position, the end of a tough cycle approaches with the full moon energy of Capricorn. Interestingly enough, our next full moon for July during the time of Cancer is the full moon in Capricorn. So this could also be giving you a little bit of insight. This last moon cycle from the full moon in Scorpio could be really, really giving you some culminations to hard work that you've done, effort you've put in, places where you've really persevered and really toughed it out. Because let me tell you, Capricorn energy is all about persisting and not giving up and continuing to put in the work slowly but surely to get to that good outcome. So yeah, this is kind of telling me that the future is really coming up as you know, the past really is feeding into the future. So it's like you're really coming to the end of tough cycles, end of difficult situations, things that have been also very stagnant, because sometimes Capricorn energy can just kind of sit there and procrastinate, and then finally something starts to move. Something starts to shift, and that last cycle that we went through with the full moon in Scorpio for you, that would have been a very powerful one. You can even go back and look at your reading, you know, from last month that I did for you Cancer, where we did the full moon in Scorpio, and see what the messages were then. Because Scorpio is a fellow water sign, so it's going to bring through quite a lot of power. And see, look at that. On top of that Capricorn full moon of the past cycle, we have the fruition card, the harvest moon coming full circle, guys. So this is something that for a lot of my Cancers out there, this last 28-30 days was power packed. A lot of things coming full circle, a lot of awareness hitting your mind, and in a good way too, like not just, you know, the ending of a difficult time, but you could actually start to see like, oh, you know, you see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's like there's actually going to be a purpose to all of this, you know, difficulty, suffering, persistence, hard work, etc. The harvest moon, I'm going to check that because I've got my little full moon list of all the names here. Yeah, the harvest moon is usually the time of September and October are both sometimes referred to the harvest moon. So September and October as well may be very momentous for you. So right now, the present energy as we go into this full moon Sagittarius and lunar eclipse, hold your vision, the fixed moon. So this is a message of persistence, perseverance, not giving up, holding fast to what you know is right, what you believe to be true, Cancer. You know, the fixed moon would be, you know, Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, because those are all of our fixed signs, and the fixed signs are noted for being very persistent and unwavering in their vision. And look at this, Cancer. On top of that, we've got boundaries. So like I said, the energy of this full moon in Sagittarius is bringing in so much knowledge, learning, and education and awareness on your personal spiritual growth and how to best take care of yourself, how to honor yourself and your own personal well-being, health, and your boundaries, Cancer, are very important right now. See that protective bubble, spirit's layer, protecting your energy, protecting your, you know, your emotions, your mental state, all of it. And because that is one of the waxing cards, that is the energy that comes in right after the full moon of the waxing gibbous. So this is slowly but surely letting go, especially of toxic people, people that don't honor your boundaries, Cancer, people that it's like you tell them, here's what I need, here's what I want, and here's what I will not or will accept, and then they just step over the boundary. It's like, that's not cool, that's not okay. So you're really learning to kind of say, nope. Just like that fixed energy that you're stepping into right now is like, no, you have to honor me because I honor myself first. So going into the future, we do have the full moon energy in Leo. So don't let pride get in your way, whether it is your own pride or ego, someone else's pride or ego. Leo energy, of course, is all heart. It's a very loving, generous, warm, but sometimes, yes, the ego and the pride can get in the way. So that is telling me you should embrace your creativity, your warm-hearted energy, but don't let arrogance, don't let ego or pride cloud your judgment. And really, Cancer, if you're working or dealing with somebody who has that kind of negative ego or that sort of pride, Don't let that get in your way of having a good life. Don't let that get in your way or spoil your day or your mood. So let's just clarify that. We have the release card coming up on top of that. So Cancer, oh, beautiful. This is all about letting go of any kind of barriers of emotional pride, ego, etc. And also releasing, like I said, people or situations that either bring out the worst in you or just, you know, that are constantly operating out of a place of arrogance or ego. So yeah, this is a waning crescent. So it's like you are releasing, you're letting go, and the transformation is coming. See the butterflies, you know, flying up to the moon. It is really about, you know, having that really great positive change. Let's move Mr. Dragon over here. I'm very excited to get into this reading. It looks great, and let's dig into some tarot. Let's get some deeper messages on this. We're just going to continue to layer these up on the past, present, future columns, guys. Ooh, yes. Oh, Cancer. Wow. These are these are strong. These are really, really strong. So, you have got the Nine of Wands in the past position here, on top of the hard cycle ending, on top of the fruition card. This is all the, you know, the past moon cycle energy. There's that Nine of Wands sitting on top of that, because to me that is the end of the hard cycle. The Nine of Wands is that feeling of fatigue, tiredness. You've been working very hard. You have been having to put a lot of energy into defending yourself as well, Cancer. And you're really just, you're exhausted from it. You're like, I don't want to fight anymore. I don't want to put all this energy into this, you know, battle anymore. It's not worth it. It's wearing me out. And it does make you feel kind of defensive. So you could be, you know, currently working through that, Cancer, or you've already let something like that go. Oh my goodness. She has been coming up literally in every read. I swear, so many of my June cycle readings. This is the Sagittarius card, Temperance. That is the sign she's connected with. This is beautiful, especially as we're gearing up for this full moon in Sag. Lunar eclipse makes it even more momentous. So Cancer, you are letting go of this defensiveness, this tiredness, this constant exhaustion of having to fight and defend your position. Temperance is coming in here, and what she does is this angel, she helps us to combine. See, the white of the robe is the purity of intention with the red of the wings of our desire, our passion, our drive forward. So she helps us to balance purity of intention with our desires. And so it's all about incorporating the things that have been difficult, not necessarily pushing them away, because we know when we push something away, many times we make it even stronger, but just recognizing the difficulties that we've had, recognizing some of the hard times that you've been through, because when you realize what you've been through and you don't push that experience away and you realize it's like, that's part of my story, that's part of my life that I've lived. It's like, and I've overcome it. I've worked through it. I've gained knowledge and learning from this. That becomes part of you, and it no longer becomes a detriment. That's temperance. That's bringing in, you know, an element that isn't so perfect, isn't so easy, you know, into the whole, and that actually gives it more resilience. It makes it stronger. So going into this present energy of the full moon landing in Sagittarius, we know, Cancer, there's been something really heavy for you through the cycle. We've got, you know, holding your vision, placing your boundaries. And yes, for many of my Cancers, this has been about some kind of a heartbreak or heartache or grieving, because that Three of Swords is there. And like I always like to do, let's light a little bit of sage here for you. I'm going to just sage that card out and shake those swords out like our friend Ramblin' Mike, and just go out, out, out of Cancer's heart. We're going to shake those swords right on out of there. Not for you guys, not meant for you. No more heartache. That's coming to fullness. That's coming to culmination. This is about placing those personal boundaries, and that might be very difficult for you, Cancer, especially if this is something you haven't done before. If you have not, been willing to put those boundaries up, or someone's just been, stepping all over them and not honoring you, then this is what that is about, because this has been a very painful cycle coming to an end. And look at that. Oh my gosh. We have it coming up double. This has not been easy for you. That Three of Swords came up on top of the Three of Swords. Somebody has not been fair to you. Someone has not done you right, Cancer. And that's, of course, not going to resonate with every single Cancer out there. But, for those of you that do, I am lighting more sage for you, saging out those 3 cards, shaking those out of Cancer's heart. We do not want that there. But this is Spirit bringing these things up for healing. It's coming up because it needs to be healed, Cancer. No longer will you allow people to step over your boundaries and not honor you. So going into the immediate future here, on top of this Leo full moon energy, the release and surrender, then look at that. We have the 7 of Wands coming up on top of that, because the 7 of Wands is all about standing your ground, knowing that you have the moral higher ground here, feeling that you are certainly in the right. And again, it's like a renewed energy to not back down on what you know is true and truthful for you. Yes, and coming back into balance, because on top of that we have the 6 of Pentacles, Cancer. This is about finding your balance again, finding your stability. If you've just been giving to others and not getting anything back, that's what that 6 of Coins is about. And that is probably why that 7 of Wands is there, because you're saying, you know what, I know that I've done right. I know that I've been giving and charitable and generous, and I want to have that energy be reciprocated to me. So see on the back, the sun is rising. All of the, symbols of the planets are at your back, because you do have the support of the universe. On the bottom of one of the decks, we have the Hierophant card, which is about those strong spiritual commitments that you're making. And look at the bottom of the other one is the Knight of Pentacles. So this is slow but steady wins the race progress here, Cancer. You've been putting in a lot of work, a lot of effort to really treat yourself right and have others treat you right. Right now, I think in a way, this full moon in Sagittarius is the reckoning. It's kind of like, this is, the time for healing, no more wounding. And sometimes you have to really be brought face to face with how deep those wounds are and how much they need to be healed, because, you can't continue to go forward without that deep healing and awareness. So let's pull a affirmation card from the Unicorn Oracle for a last word of advice. Oh yes, look at this. That is a beautiful card. It even features the full moon in the background. And the key word here is sanctuary. Take time out from the world. Spend more time alone and meditate, or go on retreat. So Cancer, this could be the perfect answer for really getting in touch with yourself, really doing that inner work, that inner healing that will have you re-emerging much stronger coming into the future. This is a powerful, powerful reading for this full moon lunar eclipse, guys. I hope it is beautiful for you, and I will be seeing you again very soon. Take care.